The Sault Ste. Marie Hockey Hall of Fame recently inducted its 2010 inductee. Sault Ste. Marie native Paul Maurice, who is the head coach of the NHL's Carolina Hurricanes, has been inducted into the Sault Ste. Marie Hockey Hall of Fame. And Paul, congratulations. Most athletes and coaches say one of the biggest honors you can get is being recognized by your hometown. And how do you feel about this?
It is a tremendous honor for me, especially when I look through some of the names that are in the Hall of Fame here. And some of them coached me, a lot of them. And I include Ron Francis in that mix because he coached me while he was playing for the Carolina Hurricanes as well. But it is, and you see the names, and instantly when it came back today, you're brought right back to your childhood, reading the sports section, reading these names and knowing. So it's a big day for me, and you know what? It's a big day for my family as well.
You've moved on to the professional ranks, but you always still had a soft spot in your heart for Sault Ste. Marie, and most players will tell you, I appreciate it because that's where I was groomed. Do you feel the same way?
Absolutely. And I'll go back to what I had said earlier. I had some great coaches here, and not just on the ice, but between teachers and certainly my parents. The support group and system that's in Sault Ste. Marie is fantastic. It is a great place to grow up, and certainly a great place for children. You see the kids walking in here today with their bags, and they got the same looks on their faces than we did. They're just excited to come to a Greyhound game, excited to be here. It's a fantastic place.
You've had a pretty good journey through hockey. Coached in the Ontario Hockey League after you played, now you're in the NHL, got to coach the Leafs. Do you sit back and sometimes say how fortunate you are to be doing what you're doing?
Just about every day, to be honest with you. It has really been an absolute riot. I've had a great time with it. I've enjoyed the game. But I have all of my closest friends have come through the game from hockey, and my best experiences. It's how I've met the people that are most important to me in my life have been through it, and it all started here.
You were fortunate or unfortunate enough to coach the Maple Leafs. Do you still get ribbed about that, Paul, as time goes on? Because let's face it, being realistic, it is a trying experience, isn't it, these days?
It's a phenomenal experience. It really is. When you do the job that we do and you have some experience doing it, you take the other parts to it, the notoriety that doesn't go well when you're not in the playoffs. But coaching the Toronto Maple Leafs or any of those original six teams, but clear the Leafs or the Montreal Canadiens are the two most prestigious jobs in hockey, and it was an absolute pleasure. It wasn't always easy, and maybe it wasn't always fun, but it was certainly an honor.
Hockey in Carolina has certainly caught on, and it's become a great market. When we see the games on TV, there's so much excitement there. Do you enjoy coaching there?
Yeah, it's fantastic. We have one of the true consistent markets in the South. And a little bit like here, it's a sports area. They've got basketball teams, and the basketball teams feud wildly over each other, but we're the one team they agree on. So all the different college sports teams can cheer for the Hurricanes, and they love the young players, and we've got some real good young players.
One of the best rivalries in the Ontario Hockey League used to be the Sioux Greyhounds and Detroit Junior Red Wings, and people still talk about that. Now it's CompuWare, and there's still a great rivalry there. Did you think it was a strong rivalry as well?
Well, it was, and for me it started back in Windsor because I played on one of the teams that couldn't win a game up here when Sault Ste. Marie went 33-0, and I think Mike Oliverio, my good friend, was on the other bench at that time. So there were always such powerful teams up here. But in that time, Ted Nolan was the coach of the Greyhounds, and I was coaching against him. We had good teams, and we had fast teams. I think we both tried to play a pretty good up-tempo style of hockey, and it was pretty rough. There were great games played there with Pat Peake and some great players.
That's Paul Maurice, the newest inductee into the Sault Ste. Marie Hockey Hall of Fame, and Paul has coached over 1,000 games in the NHL. For Shaw TV, I'm Gino Cavallo.